Students, let us continue solving the problems from the chapter Pair of Linear Equations in Two Variables. I will start from the third problem. The third problem is the larger of the two supplementary angles exceed the smaller angle by 18 degrees. Find the angles. So I have written the question for you here. You can see what is given here. The larger of the two supplementary angles exceed the smaller by 18 degrees. What are the angles? So we know that supplementary angles means sum of the two angles must be equal to what? 180 degrees. So I will write it like this. Two angles are said to be supplementary. Two angles are said to be supplementary. When they are said to be supplementary, if they sum is how much? 180 degrees. What are the two angles? We don't know, isn't it? Let one angle be what? X, and the other angle be what? Y. So in that I will assume let the smaller angle be, let the smaller angle be X and the larger or greater, or you can write greater angle be what? Y. Therefore, according to the given condition, the larger of the two supplementary angles exceed the smaller angle by 118 degrees. Find the angle. So first I will frame one equation. So we know that this supplementary angles means sum of the two angles must be equal to what? 180 degrees. So I got one equation here. So what is the next equation is the larger angle exceed the smaller by 18. The larger angle, here it is given, you see, the larger of the two supplementary angle exceed the smaller by 18. So the larger angle exceeds the smaller by how much? By 18 degrees. So what is the larger angle in this? Y. So it is 18 more than this, means y is equals to x plus 18. So this is our second equation. Now if you bring the variables to one side, it is minus x plus y is equals to 18 is the second equation. Now if you solve these two equations, we are going to get the value of x and y. So I can use either elimination method or substitution method. Solving 1 and 2, I will go for elimination method. X plus y is equals to what? 180 degrees. Minus x plus y is equals to what? 18 degrees. If I add these two, x gets cancelled. 2y is equals to what? 198. Therefore, y is equals to what? 198 by 2. So it is 2 9s are 18. 2 9s are 18. Therefore, y is equals to 99 degrees. So knowing the value of y, if I want to calculate the value of what? X, how to calculate the value of x? I will take x plus y is equals to what? 180 degrees. I want what is x is equals to 180 minus y. X is equals to 180 minus 99. What is 180 minus 99? 180 degrees minus 99. 10 minus 9 is what? 1. 17 minus 9 is what? 8. Therefore, x is equals to 81 degrees. So what is x and y for us? X is the smaller angle and y is the larger angle, which two are what? Supplementary. Therefore, the required angles are, we will write, therefore, the required angles are, what are they? 81 degrees, comma 99 degrees. So these two are the supplementary angles which satisfy the given condition. You check whether our answer is correct or not. What is 99 minus 81? 9 minus 1 is 8, 18. So you said the larger of the two supplementary angle exceed the smaller by how much? 18. So it is exceeding by 18. So this is how you must solve it. Now let us see the fourth problem in exercise 4.2. The taxi charges in Hyderabad are fixed along with the charges for a distance covered. For a distance of 10 kilometers, the charge paid is how much? 220. For a journey of 15 kilometers, the charge paid is how much? 310. So what are the fixed charges? What are the fixed charges and charges per kilometer? So these are the two variables which we have to find out. What are the fixed charges and what is the charge per kilometer. Now let us solve it. How to find the solution. You see, I have written the question for you here. You see, the taxi charges in Hyderabad are fixed along with the charges for a distance covered. So what is the fixed charge we have to calculate here? What is the fixed charge we have to calculate and what is the charge per kilometer? So what is that I will do is, let the fixed charge be what? X. I will write, let the fixed charge. So we know that when we board an auto for a minimum distance also they will charge certain money. Later for the extra kilometers which we travel they will charge additional money. So what is that fixed charge and what is the charge per kilometer we have to calculate. Let the fixed charge be, let us assume that it is X rupees, and let the charge per kilometer, let the charge per kilometer. What is the charge per kilometer? We will assume it as what? Y rupees. Now for a distance of, here you see, for a distance of 10 kilometers the charge paid is how much? 220 rupees. So for a distance of how many kilometers? 10 kilometers. The charge paid is how much? The charge paid is rupees 220 as per the question. So how we have to frame an equation here? Then you see, this charge includes what? The fixed charge as well as charge per kilometer. How many kilometers he has traveled? 10 kilometers. Therefore, see, for a distance of 10 kilometers, for 1 kilometer how much charge? 10y. What is the fixed charge? X is the fixed charge. So fixed charge per kilometer, how much he has paid? 220 rupees. This is how we have to frame the equation. Now see the second condition. For a journey of 15 kilometers, for a distance of how many kilometers? 15 kilometers. He paid a charge of how much? How much? The charge paid is rupees 310 rupees. Therefore again you see how many kilometers he has traveled? 15. Charge per kilometer is what? Y. What is the fixed charge? X. How much totally he has paid? 310 rupees. So this is equation 2. Now solve equation 1 and 2 to find the value of X and Y. Solve equation 1 and 2. We shall use elimination method. X plus 10y is equals to what? 220. Again x plus 15y is equals to what? 310. Now on simplification I have to subtract this. So here when I subtract this, plus becomes minus, plus becomes minus, here also plus sign becomes minus sign. X minus x cancel. 10 minus 15y is how much? Minus 5y. Minus 5y is equals to 310 minus 220. 310 minus 220. 0. 11 minus 2 is how much? 9. So it is how much? 90. What 90? Minus 90. So y is equals to minus 90 by minus 5. 5 cancel. 5 1s are 5. 40. 5 8s are 40. Therefore y is equals to 18. What is y for us? Y is the charge per kilometer. Knowing the value of y, we will find the value of x. I will use a first equation. Substitute y is equals to 18 in equation 1. Either equation you can substitute it. So x plus 10y is equals to 220. What is x? We have to find it. Plus 10 into what is y? 18 is equals to 220. So x plus 10 into 18, 180 is equals to 220. So x is equals to 220 minus 180. What is 220 minus 180? It is 40. What is x? X is the fixed charge. Therefore the fixed charge is how much? 40 rupees. And the charge per kilometer, and the charge per kilometer is how many rupees? 18 rupees. Now you see there is another question in this. What is that another question in this means? You see how much does a person have to pay for traveling a distance of 25 kilometers? The second part in this question, how much does a person have to pay for traveling how much distance? 25 kilometers. So to travel a distance of 25 kilometers, so what is the fixed charge? I will write it like this: to travel a distance of 25 kilometers, the charge paid. How much he has to pay? He has to pay fixed charge plus 25 kilometers charge. So this is the equation. What is the fixed charge? 40 rupees plus 25 into what is the charge per kilometer? 18. So it is 40 plus 25 into 8 is what? 200. 25 ones are 25. 25 plus 2 is how much? 27. Therefore, check it once. 25 into 18. 25, 20, isn't it? 25 8s are 200. 20, 45. It is 450. How much? 450. So therefore the total is 490 rupees. Therefore the charge paid for 25 kilometers. Therefore the charge, or what charge? The taxi charge paid for 25 kilometers is how many rupees? 490 rupees. This is how we must answer it. Now let us see the fifth problem in exercise 4.2. You see, a fraction becomes 4 by 5 if 1 is added to both numerator and denominator. If, however, 5 is subtracted from both numerator and denominator, the fraction becomes 1 by 2. What is the fraction? This is one important question for us. You see, I have written the question for you in this notebook, and let us try to solve this one. What is that I have told? A fraction becomes 4 by 5. You see, what will be the fraction? 4 by 5 if 1 is added to both numerator and denominator. Here there are two variables. What are the two variables? Numerator and denominator. If, however, 5 is added, 5 is subtracted from both numerator and denominator, the fraction becomes how much? 1 by 2. So what is the fraction? So we know that a fraction means it will have a numerator and a denominator. It will have a numerator and denominator. Therefore, to solve this problem, let the fraction be xy, isn't it? Or I will write it like this. Let the numerator of the fraction be x, be what? X, and denominator be what? Y. Therefore the fraction is what? X by y. So this is our assumption. Fraction is what? X by y. Now see the first condition. The fraction becomes 4 by 5 if 1 is added to both numerator and denominator. So if 1 is added to both, I will write numerator in short, numerator and denominator, the fraction becomes, how much it becomes? It becomes 4 by 5. So therefore, according to the condition, what is the fraction that we have assumed? It is x by y. What should be added to the numerator and denominator? 1 should be added. Therefore, the value of the fraction becomes how much? 4 by 5. So this is the first condition. So if you simplify this one, what will happen? A cross multiply 5 into x plus 1 is equals to 4 into y plus 1. So if you simplify 5x plus 5 is equals to 4y plus 4. So it is 5x minus 4y is equals to 4 minus 5. I brought this 5 to this side. So finally 5x minus 4y is equals to minus 1. So this is the first equation that I have got it here. Now what is the second condition? You see, if however 5 is subtracted from both numerator and denominator. I will write that condition. If 5 is subtracted, 5 is subtracted from both the numerator and denominator. If 5 is subtracted from both numerator and denominator, what will happen? X by y is the fraction. 5 is subtracted from both numerator and denominator. What will be the value of the fraction? It will become 1 by 2. So again, if you cross multiply, 2 into x minus y will be x minus 5 will be equal to 1 into y minus 5. So this is nothing but 2x minus 10 is equals to y minus 5. So it is 2x minus y is equals to minus 5 plus 10. So it is 2x minus y is equals to 5. So this is equation 2. This is what? Equation 2. 2x minus y is equals to what? 5. Now I will use either elimination method or substitution method. You see here the coefficient of y is minus 4. Here the coefficient of y is what? Minus 1. So I will write equation 1 as it is. So solving equation 1 and 2. I will use elimination method. I will write equation 1 as it is. So I am multiplying by what? 1. So I will get 5x minus 4y is equals to what? Minus 1. Equation 2, I will multiply it with 4. When I multiply with 4, 4 2s are 8x minus 4y is equals to 4 5s are what? 20. Now, if I subtract these two equations, this plus sign becomes minus, minus sign becomes plus. Here also plus sign becomes minus. So, minus 4y plus 4y gets cancelled. 5x minus 8x, it is minus 3x. Minus 1 minus 20 minus 21 minus gets cancelled. X is equals to 21 by 3. 3 1s are 3 7s are. Therefore, x is equals to 7. So I got the value of x is equals to 7. Now substitute x is equal to 7 in any one of this equation. I will substitute x is equals to 7 in equation 2. What is equation 2? 2 into what is x? 7. I will bring this 5 to this side. So it becomes minus 5 is equals to x. So I substituted x is equals to 7 in which equation? Second equation. So 2 in the place of x I have written 7. I brought this 5 to this side. Minus 5 is equal to, I took this y to this side. It becomes what? Y. So it becomes what? Y. Now it is 14 minus 5 is how much? 9. Therefore, the value of y is what? 9. Therefore, the fraction is, I will write, therefore, the required fraction is, x by y is our assumption, isn't it? What is x? 7. And what is y? 9. So therefore the required fraction is 7 by 9. So this is our answer. Now let us try to solve the sixth problem in exercise 4.2. In this question, you see places A and B are 100 kilometers apart on a highway. One car starts from A and another from what? B at the same time at different speeds. If the cars travel in the same direction, they meet in 5 hours. If they travel towards each other, they meet in 1 hour. What are the speeds of the two cars? Here, how to frame two linear equations and solve this equation, I will explain it here. So, I have written this question here. Places A and B are 100 kilometers apart. So, you see here, there are two places A and B as per the question. A and B. How many kilometers they are apart? What is the distance between these two? 100 kilometers they are apart. 100 kilometers. Places A and B are 100 kilometers apart on a highway. One car starts from A. So, there is a car which has to start from A and another from what? B. Another car starts from B at the same time. So both the cars start at what? Same time. The same time. How much time? T time. Same time at different speeds. So what is the speed of car A and what is the speed of car B? So here we are getting two variables. Let the speed of car that starts at A, let us assume it as what? X, and the speed of car that starts at B as what? Y. So we are assuming the speed. Speed means it will be in what units? Kilometer per hour. So let this also be what? Y, kilometer per hour. You see, places A and B are 100 kilometers apart on a highway. One car starts from A and the other and another from where? B, at the same time at different speeds. So I have assumed the speed as X and the speed as what? Y. If the car travels in the same direction, they meet in 5 hours if they travel towards each other. So here there are two cases. Case 1, they travel in the same direction. Case 1, they car travel in same direction. Car travel in same direction. Case 2, cars travel in opposite direction. Cars travel in opposite direction. So what is that? It is given in the question. If the cars travel in the same direction, they meet in how much? 5 hours. So somewhere they are going to meet here. After how much time? 5 hours they will meet. And if they travel in the opposite direction, means car A is traveling in this direction, car B is traveling in this direction. Understand? They are traveling in what? Opposite direction. Then they meet somewhere in the middle. How much time do they take? T is equals to 1 hour they will meet. Now we have to calculate the speed of car that starts from A and speed of car that starts from B. Here in physics we have learnt about what is relative speed. What is relative speed means, suppose imagine that there is a person traveling in a car at 50 kilometers per hour. A car is traveling at 50 kilometers per hour, and suppose there is another car which is overtaking this car. Car is coming from behind, which is coming with more speed, 60 kilometers per hour this car is traveling. Let me assume this as car A and this as what? Car B. Now what will be the relative speed? Ante car A is traveling with the speed of 50 kilometers. Car B is traveling with the speed of 60 kilometers. That means this car will overtake this car. Now for a person sitting in this car is also what? Overtaking him. What will be the speed of this car to this person inside this? Relative speed. Relative speed means when they are in the same direction, the greater speed minus what? Lesser speed. That is 60 minus 50. So therefore for a person sitting in the car A, he will see that the car B is traveling with the speed of how much? 10 kilometers per hour compared with him. Why? Because he is also traveling with the speed of 50 kilometers. Now if both of them are traveling in opposite direction, now if car A is traveling with 50 kilometers per hour, car B is traveling with 60 kilometers per hour in opposite direction, then what will be the relative speed? Means we must add 50 plus 60, it will be what? 110 kilometers per hour. So this is an example I have taken from where? Physics. Now I will use the concept of relative speed here, you see here. So we know that what is the formula for speed? Speed is equal to distance by time. What is the formula for speed? Speed is equals to distance by time. So what is distance is equal to? Speed into time. Speed into time is equals to what? Distance traveled or distance traveled. So this is the formula which we are going to use now. You see how I will use this one. So what is our assumption? Let the speed of the car at A is how much? X kilometers per hour. Speed of the car at B is what? Y kilometers per hour. So case 1, car travel in the same direction. In the same direction means what did I tell? We have to subtract. So the speed, the relative speed, I'll write this one. Relative speed in same direction. In same direction will be how much? X minus y. Therefore, I will write the relative speed as what? Relative speed here. In place of speed, I will write x minus y into what is the time taken? What is the time taken for them to from A to B at the same time at different. If the car travels in the same direction, they meet in how many hours? 5 hours. So in the place of time I am going to write what? 5 hours. What is the distance they have traveled? Relative speed. Therefore I will write only what? 100 kilometers. So this is how you have to write this equation. So when you simplify this one, what is that? I will get 5 goes to the denominator. X minus y is equals to 100 by 5. So it is 20. So x minus y is equals to 20. I got equation 1. So in this case, the distance is taken as what? 100. Why the distance is taken as 100? Because I have taken the relative speed. Now case 2 you see. Cars travel in opposite direction. So again the same formula. Speed into time is equals to what? Distance. Is equals to distance. Since I am going to take the relative speed, so what will be the relative speed in the same direction, opposite direction? Relative speed in opposite direction. Relative speed in opposite direction means we have to sum it up, add. So x plus y. So in the place of speed, what is that I have going to write here? It is x plus y into how much time they take to meet each other. In the second case, 1 hour is equals to what is the distance that they have traveled? 100 kilometers. So relative distance that they travel is what? 100 kilometers. So if I simplify, I will get x plus y is equals to 100. This is equation 2. This is equation 1. I will solve equation 1 and 2 by elimination method. So I will write x minus y is equals to 20. X plus y is equals to 100. So and adding this one I will get 2x is equals to what? 2x is equals to 120. X is equal to 120 by 2 is what? 60 kilometers. So x is speed. So 60 kilometers per hour. So knowing the value of x, I will find the value of y. So substitute x is equal to 60 in equation 1. 60 minus y is equals to 20. So 60 minus 20 is equals to what? Y. So 40 is equals to y. So what is y? Y is the speed of car that starts from B. So I will write it in words. Like this. The speeds of the cars are, and the speeds of the car, I will write car starting from A. Starting from A and B are 60 kilometer per hour and 40 kilometers per hour respectively. Respectively means the speed of the car that starts from A is 60, speed of the car that starts from B is what? 40 kilometers per hour. This is how we have to complete the problem here. Hope all of you. Now let us try to solve the 7th problem here from exercise 4.2. Two angles are complementary. The larger angle is 3 less than twice the measure of the smaller angle. Find the measures of each angle. So this is similar to the one which I have done here in the third question. The larger of the two supplementary angles exceed to smaller by 18. Supplementary means sum of two angles is 180 degrees. Complementary means sum of two angles is what? 90 degrees. Now To solve this problem, I have written the question here. What is given? Two angles are complementary. The larger angle is 3 degrees less than twice the measure of the smaller angle. So here two angles are complementary, and there one angle is what? Smaller. So to solve this one, the steps required are, so first I will write, when two angles are complementary means their sum must be what? 90 degrees. I will write it. Two angles are said to be complementary. When they are said to be complementary, if their sum is how many degrees? 90 degrees, then the angles are said to be complementary angles. Now let the smaller angle be x. Let the smaller angle be what? X, and the larger angle be what? Y. The larger angle be what? Y. Now as per the condition, the two angles are complementary means we assume the smaller angle is what? X, and the larger angle is Y. Therefore, since they are complementary, their sum must be equal to what? 90 degrees. This is our equation 1. Now what is the condition given here? Given that the larger angle is 3 less than twice the measure of the smaller angle. So what is given? Larger angle given. This is given in the question. Larger angle is 3 degrees less than twice the measure. Twice the measure of the smaller angle. So in the exam we have to write all the steps, therefore I am telling it. Understand? See, the larger angle. What is the larger angle? Y. This is how much? 3 degrees less than twice the measure. What is the twice the measure of smaller angle? 2x minus 3. So this is our equation 2. Now solving equation 1 and 2, we are going to get the values of what? X and y. So how I will solve this one? I will bring this 2x to this side. I will get minus 2x plus y is equals to what? Minus 3. So now I will multiply equation 1 with what? 2. When I multiply equation 1 with 2, 2x plus 2y is equals to what? 180. Equation 2 with what? 1. What is that? I will get minus 2x plus y is equals to what? Minus 3. When I add these two, I will get 3y is equals to, if I subtract here, I will get what? 177. So when it is 177, y is equals to 177 by 3. It is 3 5s are 15, 27, 3 9s are 27. Therefore, what is the angle of y is what? 59 degrees. Y is equals to what? 59 degrees. Then what is x? X plus y is equals to what? 90 degrees. So what is x is equals to 90 minus y. So x is equals to 90 minus 59. So what is 90 minus 59? 90 minus 59, 10 minus 9 is 1, 8 minus 31 degrees. So what is this? 31 degrees. So therefore the two angles are, what are the two angles? X and y. X is how much? 31 degrees, and y is how much? 59 degrees. So this is how you must solve the problems. Now let us try to solve question number 8 from exercise 4.2. An algebra textbook has total how many pages? 1382 pages. If it is broken up into two parts, the second part of the book has 64 pages more than the first part. How many pages are there in each part of the book? That is the question asked. So to solve it, I have written the question here for you. So see, an algebra textbook has a total of how many pages? 1382. So there is a book. It has been made it into what? Two parts. This is part 1 and this is what? Part 2. Part 1, part 2 means what? It has been cut into 2. So let this part be what? X. Let this part be what? Y. Total how many pages are there? Total 1382. Therefore, what is the first equation? x plus y is equal to 1382. Now I will write this in the form of what? Steps here. So according to the conditions given in the textbook question, let the number of pages in the first part. First I will write total number of pages. Total number of pages is how many? 1382. Let the number of pages in the first part. In the first part is how many? X, and the number of pages in the second part. In the second part of what? Textbook is equals to what? Y. Therefore, according to the condition, x plus y is equals to how much? 1382. This is equation 1. Now what is the second question, the condition here? See, the second part of the book is 64 pages more than the first part. The second part of the book is 64 pages more than the first part. In the exam, if the question comes, you have to write all these steps here. So the second part is what? Y of the book is 64 pages more than the first part. What is the first part? X plus 64. So this is our equation 2. So I will bring x to this side. This becomes minus x plus y is equals to what? 64. Now solving equation 1 and 2. Solving 1 and 2. What is 1? X plus y is equals to 1382. What is the second equation? Minus x plus y is equals to how much? 64. So if I add these two equations, the x gets what? Cancelled by adding. So 2y is equals, if we add 6, 8 plus 6, 14, 1, 4, it is 1446. Y is equal to 1446 by 2. It is 2 7s are 14, 2 2s are 3s are. So therefore, what is the value of y? Y is equal to 723. Knowing the value of y, substitute y is equals to 723 in equation 1. What is equation 1? X plus y is equal to 1382. What is x is equal to 1382 minus y? So x is equal to 1382 minus what is y? So it is 723. 1382 minus 723. So 12 minus 3 is what? 9. Here 7 minus 2 is what? 5. Again here 13 minus 7 is what? 6. So it is how much? 659. Therefore the value of x is equals to how much? 659. So finally, what is that you are reading? The first part of the book. Therefore, the first part of the book is what? X has how many pages? 659 pages, whereas the second part of the book has how many pages? 723 pages. This is how you must write and solve the problem. Now let us try to solve the 9th question from exercise 4.2. A chemist has two solutions of hydrochloric acid in stock. One is 50% solution and the other is 80% solution. 50% solution means the concentration is how much? 50%, and in the other the concentration is 80% solution. How much of each should be used to obtain a 100 ml solution of how much percentage concentration? 68% concentration solution is the question. Now how to solve this question? I have written this question here. Now you see how we have to solve it. What is the question given here? A chemist has two solutions of hydrochloric acid. See, there are two bottles. Let us assume this is one bottle and this is also another bottle. Let me name this as what? A, and this as what? B. So this is also hydrochloric acid, and this is also what? Hydrochloric acid. But the concentration is how much here? 50% concentration. It is how much here? 80% concentration. Now, a chemist has two solutions of hydrochloric acid in stock. One is 50% solution and the other is 80%. How much of each should be used to obtain 100 ml? So, I must prepare how much 100 ml solution. How much of each should be used to obtain 100 ml of how much percentage? So 68% concentration must be there. So how much of this solution I have to use? I will assume that X quantity or X ml of A solution. X ml of A solution means A is a solution of hydrochloric acid with 50% concentration. From that I am taking what? X ml. From here I am going to take what? Y ml. So X ml plus Y ml must be equal to what? 100 ml. So this is how we have to frame the first equation. So total how much I have to prepare? 100 ml. So what should be the total concentration? It must be 68% concentration. That means I have to take 50% of 50% of X solution plus the 50% concentration of X solution and 80% concentration of what? This YML must give me how much? 68% concentration. You see the second equation here. So in this bottle of hydrochloric acid, what is the concentration? 50%. From 50% concentration I am taking how much ml? XML. From this XML it must be what? 50% concentration. From here it must be what? 80% concentration. See how I am going to frame the equations. You see, I will write like this. Let 50% solution to be used. 50% solution to be used is how much? XML, and 80% solution to be used is equals to what? YML. So total how much I have to prepare? So total is 100 ml. Therefore X plus Y is equals to what? 100 ml. This is equation 1. Now second, what is that I have to prepare? I have to prepare this 100 ml solution with a concentration of how much? 68%. So the concentration must be what? 68%. So how much I have to take this? I assumed that 50% solution must be what? X. So therefore 50% of X ml plus 80% of Y ml will going to give me what? 68%. So 50% of X means what? 50 by 100 into X plus what is 80% of Y means 80 by 100 into Y is equals to 68. So if I simplify, I will get this is what? 1 by 2X plus 0 0 cancel. This is how much? 4 2 4s are 2 5s are. This is 4 by 5Y is equals to 68. Here I am having rational numbers. So to simplify it, what is the LCM for 2 and 5? 10. So therefore I will multiply this equation by 10 on both the sides. Multiply the equation by what? 10 on both the sides. Why am I multiplying by 10? To make these rational numbers as what? Whole numbers. See why I am multiplying by 10? Because the LCM for 2 and 5 is what? 10. So if I multiply this with 10, what will happen? 10 into 1 by 2X plus 10 into 4 by 5Y is equals to 68 into what? 10. So what is that I will get? 2 1s are 2 5s are. So this is 5X plus 5 1s are 5 2s are. So 2 4s are is what? 8Y is equals to what? 680. So this is how I have got the two equations now here. So having got the two equations, I will solve it to find the value of X and Y. So first, if you understand the question, you can solve it. What is the question? A chemist is having two solutions of hydrochloric acid of different concentrations. One is 50% and another is 80%. And he has to prepare a solution of 100 ml from these two, and with what concentration? 68% concentration. So how many ml he has to take from here, how many he has to take from B, we don't know. So we have assumed it as what? X, and this as what? Y. Total we have to prepare how much? 100 ml. So we have to get a concentration of 68%. Therefore from 50% of 50% of X ml, that is this quantity of X ml plus 80% of Y ml should give me how much concentration? 68. So by solving I got this equation. Now solving equation 1 and 2, I will make the coefficient of y same here. 1 I will multiply by 5. What will that? I will get 5x plus 5y is equals to what? 500. So equation 2 I will multiply by 1 itself. I will get what? 5x plus 8y is equals to how much? 680. So to eliminate y I have to subtract it. When I subtract, plus becomes minus, 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 cancel. So this is minus 3y is equals to minus 180. Minus minus cancel. Y is equal to 180 by 3 is what? 60. So when y is 60, what is x? X plus y is equals to 100 ml. Y is 60 means x is equals to 100 minus y. Y is what? 60. So x is equals to 40. So what is x? X here, what is x? Let 50% of solution be used is what? X. Therefore 50% solution to be used is what? 40 ml. Therefore I will write, therefore 50% solution, 50% solution to be used is how many ml I have to use? 40 ml. And 80% solution to be used is how much? To be used is 60 ml. So now you see, total I will get 100 ml with a concentration of how much? 68%. So this is how we have to do it. This is an important problem for us. Now let us try to solve the 10th question in exercise 4.2. Suppose you are having 12,000 rupees to invest. You have to invest some amount at 10% rate of interest and some at 15% rate of interest. How much money should be invested at each rate to yield total how much? 12% on the total amount invested. So that is the question here. Now let us try to solve this question. 10th one. I have written the question for here. A question here. You see what is that given in the question? Suppose you are having how much rupees? 12,000 to invest. So 12,000 rupees you are having to invest. You have to invest some amount at 10% rate of interest. So some amount must be invested at how much rate of interest? 10% rate of interest. And some amount must be invested at a rate of how much? 15% interest. So total how much you must get? 15. How much should be invested at each rate to yield how much? 12%. So finally how much I must get? Final I must get 12%. So out of the total 12,000 rupees, how much I must invest in 10%? I don't know. I will assume it as what? X. How much I must invest in 15%? I don't know. So I will assume this is what? Y. Therefore the total money is 12,000. So X money I will invest at rate of 10%. Y money at the rate of what? 15%. The total money is how much? 12,000. So this is my equation 1. And what is equation 2? Equation 2 will be what? X money I am going to invest at what? 10% plus Y money I am going to invest it at what? 15%. Y money at what? 15% to get how much? 12% of this money. So 12% of total. So if you solve this one, we are going to get the answer here. You try to understand. Total money we are having how much? 12,000. I must invest some money at a rate of 10% and some amount at the rate of 15%. Total I must get an interest of how much? 12%. So how much money I must invest in 10% and 15%? So I will write the steps here. So total amount to be invested is how much? Total amount to be invested. Total money is nothing but 12,000 rupees. So let the amount invested at 10% rate, let the amount invested at the rate of 10% be how many rupees? X rupees, and at the rate of 15% be how many rupees? Y rupees. Therefore, the first equation x plus y is how much rupees? 12,000 rupees. This is equation 1 for us. Now, amount yielded at 10% rate of interest. So, 10%, I will write the equation directly here, you see. So, it is x into 10% plus y into how much? 15% is equals to 12% of the total. 12% into what? 12,000. So you can do it separately also. I am doing it combined. So here what you will get? I will get x by 10 plus 5 3s are 5 20s are. So it is 3y by 20 is equals to, what is this? 12% of 12,000 means, see, 12% means 12 by 100 into 12,000. 12,000 means 2 zeros cancel, 2 zeros, 12 12s are 144 0. So it is 1440. So this is the equation. Now what is that I will do here is I will multiply by 20. If I multiply by 20, what is LCM for 10 and 20? 10 and 20, LCM is 20. So multiply by 20 on both the sides. Why am I multiplying by 20 on both the sides? To eliminate the fraction here. Denominator 10 is there, here denominator 20 is there. When I multiply by 20 on both sides, it is 20 into x by 10 plus 20 into 3y by 20 is equals to 1440 into 20. So it is 0 0 cancel, I will get 2x plus here also 20 cancels, I will get 3y is equals to 0 0 2 zeros, 2 4s are 8, 2 4s are 8, 2 1 is 2. So this is my equation 2. Now solving equation 1 and 2. Solving equation 1 and 2. So what is equation 1? X plus y is equal to 12,000. Here 2x. So I will multiply equation 1 by what? 2. When I multiply equation 1 by 2, 2x plus 2y. What is 12,000 into 2? It is 24,000. It is how much? 24,000. I will write equation 2 as it is. So when I multiply it 1, I will get the same one. It is 2x minus 3y is equals to 28,800. Now what is that I have to do? Subtract. When I subtract, this plus becomes minus, this minus becomes plus, and here again this plus becomes what? Minus. So here somewhere x gets cancelled. Here 2y, this is what? 3y. Here you see I have written it wrong here. 2x plus 3y is equal to plus 3y. So when I subtract, this plus becomes what? Minus. So the equation is 2x plus 3y is equal to 28,000. So minus, I will get here also minus sign. So 2y minus 3y. 2y in this equation plus sign is there. When I minus, plus becomes what? Minus. 2y minus 3y minus y is equals to what is 28,800 minus 24,000 means it is 008, 8 minus 4 4. So it is minus 4,800. Minus cancel. Therefore y is equals to 4,800. So what will be the value of x? Substitute here. X plus y is equals to what? 12,000. So I want the value of x. X is equals to 12,000 minus y. What is y? It is 4,800. So what is 12,000 minus 4,800? 0 0 10 minus 8 is what? 2. 11 minus 4. 11 minus 4 is what? 7. Therefore, x is equals to 7,200. So, what is that we have found out here? The amount to be invested at 10%. Therefore, the amount to be invested, at 10% rate of interest, 10% is 7,200 rupees, and at 15% rate of interest, 15% rate of interest is how many rupees? 4,800 rupees. So this is what we have found it out.